What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P. We are back once again with another Detroit Lions rookie mini camp video. Now, we have what Ray Agnew had to say. Well, you know who Ray Agnew is, right? Assistant General Manager Ray Agnew. We have what he had to say about each of the Detroit Lions rookie draft picks. Now, there's not a whole lot of information coming out about day 2, so we'll go ahead and get into this to satiate you rabid fans. All right, so we'll start with Tyleik Williams. He says, as we watched Tyleik throughout the year, the kid just got better and better and better every time you watched him. He got better and better. I think there's a lot more growth with this kid. This kid's got a lot of upside. I don't think he's reached his full potential yet. He's got a chance to be a really, really good player for us. We are excited he was there for us to pick him. Great player. He's got a chance to be a really, really good run player. I think he's underrated as a pass rusher. He's got some things he needs to be taught. And Lions defensive line run game coordinator coach Casey Rogers, our new D-line coach, will do a great job teaching him. This kid has a chance to be a force in the middle as a defense. If you're not good in the middle, you're not very good. This guy will help us. Man, with the guys we've already got, he's a talented kid and love the way he plays the game. So from what I'm getting there, Ray Agnew really, really, really likes him. He's a really, really, really good player. He really, really, really loves him. He's really, really, really good, right? He's good in the middle. Listen, Jeff Risdon said that when he watched him, he kind of jumped off the tape the first day. Now, we know he was limited in day 1, and it's because of their plan that they have for him, because he was part of a bum-ass team in a bum-ass state, in a bum-ass city that, you know, did some bum-ass stuff. But that was college, okay? So, Tyleik, welcome. Arms are a little bit more open today. And if you ball out for the Detroit Lions, arms will be wide open. But every time you make a mistake, Tyleik, every time you false start, okay? Every time you false start, okay? Or I should say encroach. Let me get it right. Every time you encroach, every time you line up all sides, I'm going to be like, see, that's that oh hell no state education right there. That's that oh hell no state education right there. Anyway, so Ray Agnew loves him. As I said, Jeff Risdon said that the pop in his hands is just on another level. He was blowing people off the ball, pushing them into the backfield. Now, they didn't have pads on, so that is what that is. But he said and this is true, right? When you have a number 1 draft pick, you want to see them excel. Okay. It's very, very different than what they're saying about Mason Graham over there in Cleveland. They're saying he don't look like a number 5 overall pick. He looks like trash. Whatever. It's the first day of mini camp. You can't really read into any of these things, positive or negative, because they're not playing real football. They don't have pads on. They're not finishing, things of this nature. Sometimes the dog comes out of people more so when the pads come on, right? It's generally how it works. All right. Let's go to Tate Ratledge. So Ray Agnew says, we drafted Tate Ratledge, a guy that we liked, a guy we identified early in the process we liked. The first thing you see, this is a big man when you see him. He's long, tall, big man. But you love the versatility of the player. He can play multiple positions inside and the interior. Like the toughness, love the way he plays the game. A guy who can get out in space. Those guys who can get out in space and block for a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs. And then he's going to the house for a touchdown. You love those guys. So excited about Tate, man. Really, really excited about Tate. So from what I'm gathering from Ray Agnew, okay, he really loves Tate Ratledge. He's really excited about Tate Ratledge. He doesn't use a lot of different words when he talks about guys. So if he's very, very excited, I don't know where it is. All right. I don't know where it is. Is this it? Is this it?
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
No, that's not it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I'll find it somewhere else. Yeah, I don't even see it. I don't see it. But anyway, he uses a lot of the same words. And he's really, really excited. So yeah, we'll go with that. Tate Ratledge is a guy, as we know, he is very tall, which is odd for a center, right? But apparently when he's not a center, but he was doing a lot of reps in day one as a center, as I said before. So apparently when he was coming, per Jeff Risdon, when he was coming out of his stance, it was very controlled, and he was ready to go either way. So, I mean, hey, man, you might see some different alignments in a pinch. You know, he might sub in for Frank Ragnow. We know Frank is long in the tooth, and we know the injuries that he's dealing with. He's got an inoperable, foot situation and all that. So, it's good to have someone who can play the position, even if he's a bit raw and he needs to be developed. That's why we have Hank Fraley, and that's why we have Casey Rogers on the other side. So, all right, let's go to Isaac Tesla. Okay, now, I wasn't going to do this. Okay, I wasn't going to do this here, but I'm going to do it here because this person needs to be exposed. Okay. I'm having fun with Isaac Tesla, and I've always said it that way. And I've told you why I've said it that way. It's because I've heard different variations for his name. I've heard Tesla, I've heard Tesla, and I've heard Tesla. Okay. So I said, I'm just going to throw in a fourth variation. So apparently I'm a racist. And if Isaac Tesla was black, I wouldn't say his name that way. So I'm disrespecting him because I'm a racist. This is what I've been told. So this person, let me see if I can find the person's name. When I edit the video, I am going to throw so if you're watching this video, you probably already seen it because I did screenshot it and threw his name up on the bottom. So whatever his name says is what it is. He needs to be exposed. Yeah, he needs to be exposed, and I will expose him, because if you're going to comment on my videos a bunch of garbage calling me a racist, you need to be exposed. All right. And anyone that comes across him needs to let him know that he was exposed. And my video is there for public consumption. And I have not blocked this person from my channel, and I won't block him from my channel because I want to see what he has to say. Don't ever call me a racist. Don't throw around accusations like that. Don't come on my videos and say anything like that about me. OK, I've given you the reason why I was calling him Isaac Tesla, and it had nothing to do with his race. OK, don't ever try that one. All right. We don't play that around here. OK. All right. So anyway, now he's been exposed. We can go back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right. So what he has to say about Isaac Tesla, right? Then this next guy, I think he was born to be a lion. This wide receiver, Isaac Tesla, you talk about a tough, physical, competitive human being. What stood out in his Senior Bowl is like when you go into team period and he's blocking. He was just wearing those DBs out. I mean, just wearing them out. And then the guy catches the ball. Everything is with his hands. He barely ever uses his body. Tough kid, good run after the catch. We're excited about him. I think he's got a ways to go. I think the upside this kid has, he's got a chance to be a really good player for us. He's got to grow some as a route runner. play more on the outside. The kid played, I think, a wing T quarterback in high school and went on to Hillsdale. And that's when he made the transformation to receiver. But man, we're excited to get the guy. I'm sure you've all heard this story already, but when he came here on his top 30 visit, when I first saw him, he had a Lions pullover on. Then the next time I saw him, he had a Lions jersey on. I was like, man, this kid is meant to be a Lion. What a great kid. We enjoyed, glad we were able to get this kid, but he was born to be a Lion. So Ray Agnew really loves Isaac Tesla. Okay. And one thing that you notice in all of these draft picks is Ray Agnew really loves all of them. All right. He loves everybody that they pick. So you see some of the passion that they have when they pick these players. And some of that is why you generally would see. Now, this draft, you didn't see Brad Holmes doing the regular Brad Holmes thing that he generally does. Right. He wasn't pounding on the table or anything of this nature. You know how he gets down. All right. So Miles Frazier said, then we picked another offensive lineman, 5th round, Miles Frazier, another guy from the SEC, another physical guy, another guy that plays the game the way we like to play it, another guy with upside. I love when Lions run game coordinator, offensive line coach Hank Fraley and them get their hands on them. This kid is going to be a good player for us. Another guy, a lot of guy we love, a lot of good player, a lot of that. All right, so that's Miles Frazier. Guy we love, check. Good player, check. Guy we like, we're glad to get, check. Okay. All right, Ahmed Hassanin. And then we drafted Ahmed in the 6th round. All I will say about Ahmed is he's relentless. He's relentless. He plays the game the way we like to play. He plays it hard. He's a second effort rusher. He can win with hands as a rusher. What does a second effort rusher mean? Okay. Jeff Risdon explained it. And shout out to Jeff Risdon. I keep quoting him because I did watch his video about these guys that he observed on day one as he was at the rookie minicamp. But basically he explained that as he doesn't have counter moves, if you get 2 hands on him, he's finished. Now, obviously, they're going to coach him up and everything. But the second effort rusher means he's not really going to. He's not going to get a whole lot of pressures. He's not going to be the guy that is first to the quarterback, but he's going to be the guy that's on the cleanup crew. Remember what I said about Donovan Ezraku. If you guys are watching what I said about Donovan Ezraku with his inconsistent productivity and his huge jump from, I think, a few sacks to like 17, right? He had 17 last season, was that he got a lot of cleanup sacks. Okay, so he wasn't the guy that was first to the passer all the time, but he did have a lot of cleanup sacks. So that's what it means when you say that Ahmed Hassanin is a second effort. What did he say? A second effort rusher, right? So that's what we will see, and we'll look out for those things. All right, so it said he can win with hands as a rusher. I think he's got some upside as a rusher, and I think when Coach Rodgers gets his hands on him and coaches him up, the kid's going to be a good player for us. We're excited about him too. Then what about the guy getting drafted, then getting engaged on the same day? Who will ever forget that day? And then the passion this guy has for the game, you just love it. You're going to see a relentless human being on the football field when you watch this guy play. So really excited about him also. So very excited. So excited. I wish I could find the sound. I really need to look up my sound before. I generally know where it is. I just couldn't find it today. Just couldn't find it. A lot going on. Apparently I'm a racist, so being called a racist, Anyway, Dan Jackson. Then we went back to Georgia, drafted safety Dan Jackson on the 7th round. In the 7th round, highly competitive player, instinctive player, better zone and coverage wise. He's better in zone than man. The guy's a willing tackler in the run game. He'll have some special teams value, and that'll be key for him making our team. All right. So, yeah, the thing about Dan Jackson, and I did make a video about him, but somehow the video exploded and it was like 2 minutes in, the audio completely dropped out for an entire minute. and then came back. So I never remade the video because, you can't capture the emotion. You can't capture, my timing, my wit, humor. You can't capture all that. I made a couple jokes and they get cut out. So I don't know. Maybe it was my computer telling me I wasn't that funny. I don't know. Could have been. But yeah, so, you saw the smarts on the field and the things of this nature. And Dan Jackson was calling the defense, Kirby Smart's defense at Georgia. So, he's got some instincts and he's got some football smarts. And we did hear good things about, a couple of the plays that he made in the first day. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Dominic Lovett, because you got to love it. Every time I say his name, I'm going to say it. Right. But I guess I'm disrespecting him. But the only reason it's not disrespect is because he's a black man and I'm a racist, apparently. Right? Okay. Right? Dominic Lovett, because you got to love it. I got a thing with his name, just like I do with Isaac Tesla. Right? Okay. Okie dokie. But anyway, so then we got wide receiver Dominic Lovett in the 7th round also. A guy who's still growing as a route runner, but a guy who, when he gets the ball in his hand, he's explosive and quick, and he's got the ability to make a guy miss. But that's the draft class. Excited about these guys. So, again, I like Dominic Lovett, but just staying consistent. I'm not going to be on the hype train because he was drafted in the 7th round. Okay. So I'm not going to be on the hype train. I think he looks good. He needs to develop more. He did look really crisp, running routes on air and things of this nature, but it's very different running routes on air than running routes against a wide receiver where you're getting bumped off your route. What's your release looking like? How much separation can you create? And then obviously when you get the ball in your hands, the yak is, a thing that he's going to be able to get, because if you can make a guy miss, you can get shifty and you can get down the field. So we'll see if he makes the team. The caution comes from, thinking that people like Antoine Green were going to come and be something because they were fast. And at the University of North Carolina, they were Drake May's deep threat, right? But he was drafted in the 7th round. So this is the thing that I'm just going to keep as my go-to situation, not to be overhyping guys that were drafted 5th round and later. Nothing against them, but I'm taking a wait and see approach. There are things that I like about all of them, but if they don't make the team, then you're not surprised. You understand what I'm saying? As if you're hyping everybody up and then they don't make the team, then it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that is all the time that we have for today. And once again, as always, the Motor City Cats are back at it. We came to give you stats and not static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. And we are out. Peace. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.